Well, if you can be bold, then ask me to marry you or to travel with me after knowing me for 2 seconds. I can be bold with my answer back, right? Indian food, good move. Indian food, good move. Well, hello there, friends. Welcome to the new year. It's January 1st here in Singapore. I have something in my eye. Oh gosh. Well, I got mascara on my contact, and so if I'm blinking a lot, yeah, I'll go fix that in a minute. Anyways, it's a new year. We have a new room. We are house sitting, and me and Hagrid, which, I mean, all my hairy friends out there. Yeah, okay, well, you can be Harry and you can be my friend, or you can be Harry Potter friends. I do love me some Harry Potter. We are house sitting for a bulldog, I guess. I don't really know dogs, honestly, like breeds of dogs, not my thing. But we have a new house sit for 6 days. I'm a little bit exhausted between all the moving and being at the hostel and everything like that. So it is very nice to be in a quiet environment again, not around 1,000 different people and filming out in the wild for introductions and all that. But today, we hope that Asia is going to deliver on the wet market that we've all been wanting. Thus far, they don't have a lot of wet markets anymore. But this is in Little India here in Singapore. It's called Tekka Centre, Tekka Market, and it's supposed to be this really big wet market. I'm going to put on my tinnies so that I have closed feet instead of my sandals per usual, and hopefully we can get some cheap fruits and vegetables, which is what we need. Because Singapore costs you a dime, let me tell you. It costs a little bit for groceries here, but once again, saving on housing. I think we should go to the wet market and see what's up. I wish Hagrid could come along, but here we are. Not a real person. Well, I guess he's a real person. Anyways, I'll stop talking and we'll get going. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Singapore. Well, we've been in Singapore. I'm tired, guys. I am tired. So this Little India subway station was honestly a bit of a shock to me. In Singapore, you always hear about how safe, clean, and altogether perfect this country is. However, this subway station made me a little uneasy to actually go to the market. From you, I need help deciphering why Singapore places these signs here. Please comment below if you have any thoughts on this whatsoever. The only things I can remember on the other subway stations about telling you to watch out is basically scams that I think come through the phone. Those are on a lot of subway stations. But in this one, Little India specifically, it reminded you on every single door on both sides of the subway station that you can be molested, which was kind of crazy to me. There was a sign about voyeurism, which I didn't even know what that was until I looked it up. But Singapore, what is going on here? Is there actually a huge problem in the Indian community or the people in this neighborhood in general? Like, why are all these signs here? Then you step into the market where you see all the women in saris and the colors and sounds of India, which is so amazing and so great. Maybe a little too overwhelming for my Western brain at the age of 34. But still love it, still love getting to see like these people in their environment, which I just enjoy so much. But then you get hit with another sign about aggression. I just don't know what to think about this, honestly. If anyone knows, please comment on this because I felt so safe in Singapore, except in this neighborhood, because of these signs. And honestly, I didn't feel unsafe while I was there, but these signs made me feel unsafe. So that was just kind of odd. Anyways, I believe this finally was a real wet market, which is always interesting from a Western perspective. Sometimes just the smells of walking into the grocery store get me here, but this wet market was quite clean, and being on the sea, you'll see all the different fish available. I just find it so interesting because I come from a landlocked place to look at the different varieties of fish, all the colors, tentacles, and seeing which ones are still alive. At the night market coming in another vlog, we see some of the coolest shellfishes, At the night market, coming in another vlog, we see some of the coolest shellfishes, very hard to say, still alive and squirting water in the air. It's one of the funnest things I've seen so far. One of the funniest things, in my opinion, was all the signs in Singapore that said air-flown products. On this one, you'll see air-flown lamb and goat, but later I saw signs of air-flown fruit and veggies. I mean, maybe if they stop air-flying produce and meat in the country, their prices would come down. I just found this odd, but maybe it's really great quality. I don't know. Gosh, guys, the food area was insanely busy, so I did the best I could to film. We ended up getting food at another place later because this place was a little too overwhelming for me. Also, I thought in Singapore they would have more rules around food preparation, but as you can see here, they just let open containers sit out in the general public, and they use bare hands to make food and all that. Singapore to me hits this interesting balance between Western and Asian ideals. I couldn't figure out what this bouquet was, but I'm pretty sure it is flowers inside a cabbage leaf, which is so unique. Also, Little India was busy. Busy, 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 busy. Everywhere you walked was lots of noise, lots of color, tons of people walking on the streets, which for Singapore is a rare thing, and just go, go, go. Guys, this temple, do you actually think you could find your shoes in the piles that are right outside this temple? Oh my gosh, this temple was the epitome of insanity. So much going on, but not as much as at the Thai Pusam in Kuala Lumpur at Batu Caves. Check out that video if you haven't yet. Coming up, you're about to see the best curry I've eaten on this trip. I'm not even exaggerating. The perfect amount of spice. Warm. Oh, and like a tortilla from Mexico. Oh yeah. Indian food, once again, the best. The motto of this place is the secret to a good mood. And I understand why they say that now. Let's be honest. Indian food, good mood. Indian food, good mood. Guys, I have been wanting to go to this store the whole time we've been in Asia. And then the second we walk in, the theme song started playing. I was dead. Dead. Oh, it is Don Don Donki. I thought it was Don Don Donk.
Even though it's a penguin.
Don 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 Donki, Don Don Donki. I'm a paradise, it's a wonderful place to be. Yeah. Don 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 Donki, Don Don Donki. It's so fine that you.
Well, if we knew Don Don Donki at groceries. I needed this graphic months ago. I love onigiri and I just rip it apart and try to put all the pieces back together the best I can, which basically is the story of my life. My greatest child, causing breakdowns since 1892. Good morning, guys. I'm in Yan's room. She doesn't know. Oops. The key to life is just doing what you want. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, she'll be like, you did what? And you were where? And da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'll be like, Yesterday, we did Little India, and we always pick the busiest days to do Little India. Let me tell you, Singapore has been a place where you just see white people all over the place. So I don't stand out. Totally great. Don't care. Whatever. I prefer not to stand out, actually. But we always end up like where other white people are not, no matter where we travel. And that's kind of our goal, is to go different places other than just the touristy white places, because we like to explore the real life, and we also tend to pick cheaper places to stay at, which means we're typically staying with the locals, not in the touristy places. Singapore, of all places, was not where I imagined getting a wedding proposal. Let me tell you, okay, in all fairness, it wasn't actually a wedding proposal. He just asked if he could come to the US with me after knowing me for like 2 seconds. It was the guy cooking the chapati at the little Indian food that we had, which, by the way, I mean, I was like, maybe if he can cook me chapati and Indian food without oil, I mean, it might be on the table, you know what I'm saying? I did not expect to get a proposal here, and I'm getting bolder with marriage proposals or them wanting to come back to the US with me, because I'm like, well, if you can be bold and ask me to marry you or to travel with me after knowing me for 2 seconds, I can be bold with my answer back, right? First off, he was moving that direction. He asked me if I was single or married or whatever, and at that point, I said, no, I'm single, and I walked away because I was like, I don't want to get into the marriage proposal thing. I've been here before, and I don't want to break your little heart, you know? Then I walked back by as we were leaving, and to give them like a little treat and just say, thanks guys, whatever. He was like, can I go back to the US with you? I just looked at him and I was like, I'm not even going back to the US, so no, I'm going back to Malaysia. And he didn't speak good enough English to, I think, understand what I was saying. But I was like, I'm going back to Malaysia, and he lives in Singapore, so Malaysia's probably a step down for him, I would assume, because he probably wouldn't want to go. But I don't know. If he was with me, he probably would want to go. I don't know. And I can't really be like, oh, can I go back to India with you? He would go, yeah, we'll go to India tomorrow, see my family, and the whole family would accept me, and yada, yada, yada. So, fun times traveling abroad. Did not expect that in Singapore, like fully expect that in Malaysia, which hasn't happened yet. Totally cool. I don't need it. Trust me, I don't need it, because it's just awkward. Like, you can't know somebody for 2 seconds and ask them to marry you or to travel with you. I'm the wrong white person to ask anyways, because I don't have any money. So but maybe it's opportunity in America, but I think they have opportunity here in Singapore. I don't know. We talked to our host at this house sitting, and I'm not for sure about that. I don't want to get into the distinctions of Singapore and everything that it has to offer. It was New Year's, and I guess on New Year's they go to the Hindu temples and pray and all that, which makes sense. But I've never seen so many shoes outside of a temple before. It was absolutely insane. That place was buzzing like nobody's business. Did they have way too many people in that building for fire codes like in the US? I would assume so. The building didn't look huge, and normally it's just on the first floor, but there could be multiple floors and whatever, I don't know, because I didn't want to go in per se because it was so busy. The last time I went to a busy Hindu temple on Deepavali, it was just too busy to do much, and then the film footage is like wah, 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 because you're trying not to film people in doing what they're doing, but you're also trying to film. Then we went to a mall, and we had to get groceries because we don't live by a big grocery store, so we had to get groceries, and that in and of itself, you're carrying groceries and doing all that, then we had to walk back in the rain. So I was like, I'm done filming for the day, because the monsoon season here is just, it's in Malaysia too. We've been dealing with it for 3 months now. It's not a shock and a surprise. It's just walking in the rain every day. It's just not fun. But hopefully it'll be ending soon. We think in Malaysia on Kuala Lumpur side, it was supposed to end in November, but it was still raining every day. We don't know, guys. Yeah, I'm very happy to have y'all. Guys, actually did not make it to 100 subscribers by New Year Eve, like January 1st, 12 a.m. That whole shebang. I don't know where I was at then because I was asleep. By U.S. Central Time, I did make it to 100 subscribers on January 1st at 11:46 p.m. So I'm counting that as a win, because right now I'm at 101 subscribers. So if you like this video, you should subscribe down below. I would love that. I think we should go out and make the world 1% better today. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.